Hello everybody, it is me. I am back from my little hibernation, and as you can see in the time that I've been gone, I went to Hong Kong. It was my first time going, so it was incredibly exciting. It was way more fun than I anticipated, but also way more stressful than I initially thought it would be. But I think the stress is just natural when it comes to traveling. You're in a new environment, in a new country. My family and I stay there for 4 days, and I'm going to talk you through all of those days, starting with day 1.
大家好, hello. Firstly, as a disclaimer, please do not take this as a travel guide. I am the last person you should be asking advice from. I just filmed this for the giggles and the fun. But regardless, there are some things I wish I would have done research on beforehand, such as how the transportation works in Hong Kong, because trying to figure it out on that first day was a struggle. So it took a while to get to the hotel, but I'd say it was well worth it because the area was just beautiful. I wasn't expecting to see so much greenery in Hong Kong, but we did stay in Lantau, so in the more secluded part away from the city. Our hotel, a Burj in Discovery Bay, was bracketed by the sea and these lush mountains. Absolutely breathtaking, and we got really lucky with the weather. In December, it's very cold in Hong Kong. I think the lowest we got was like 12 degrees, but during the day it's also very sunny, so that was really nice. The weather is what I miss most about Hong Kong, because currently it feels like I'm roasting in an oven. We took the train to central Hong Kong just to shop, maybe have something to eat. But to be honest, we spent more time in the station than in the actual city. There were just so many shops there already. I even found a bookstore, which was kind of random. I feel like if we'd stayed another day, we would have definitely gone back to Central, because I did have places I wanted to go into. Exhibit A, this place with jelly cats. This place, Mother Court, was calling my name. It was simply destiny.
Save it for later.
But alas, I was not able to go in. We had dinner back at the plaza by the hotel. However, we do come full circle later. The Jellycat search is not yet over. It was so cold that night because the wind was crazy, so I retired earlier, went up to the hotel room, put a mask on that I bought from the station, and got out my Nook. Nook tour coming soon, and just chilled. This is a day that I looked forward to the most. We were headed to Disneyland. If I'm being real, I have never really aspired to go to Disneyland. I've always been content with living vicariously through the videos I see online, because I've always seen it as something out of reach. But then suddenly, I'm on the other end of the stick. And where do I even start? First things first, I cannot stress enough how good the weather was. I will be mentioning the weather multiple times throughout this video probably. But seriously, it did kind of ruin my outfit because I had to wear a jacket the whole time. It was that cold in the middle of the day, but I would rather be at Disney on a cold day than a hot day. Let's go. I beelined into the first souvenir shop I saw. It's kind of genius of them to put so many of the stores on Main Street because it's the first thing you pass. So at the moment, you're still high on adrenaline and you wouldn't mind spending money and getting carried away. Did I get carried away? Debatable. Hojicha is also apparently a thing in Hong Kong. They have it at Starbucks, which made me so happy. I love hojicha.
Hojicha latte. Ma sabsoy ito. Sabsoy. Hojicha latte. Sabsoy. Switching cameras.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Orbitron, the first ride of the day. This was so pleasant. I had wind in my hair, an excuse to sit down for a minute or two and rest my feet.
I'm floating!
it was an absolute delight compared to the beast that came next, Hyperspace Mountain. I had no idea what this ride was. I barely read the warnings because who reads warnings? I was just there to have fun.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
For the first 20 seconds, I was maybe having fun, but for the rest of it, I just sat there like a limp noodle. It was so funny. I wish it would have been bright because then you would have seen the exact moment that I dropped my camera and literally just clung to whatever I could. It was a terrifying experience, but we live and we learn and we eat fried food.
Hyperspace kind of scarred us a bit, so we went on what is probably the most tame ride in the entire park. It was cool, kind of like that one scene in the 2009 Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with the malfunctioning puppets. I don't even know what I mean. My favorite part was the smallest place there, which was the rainforest. I just wanted to stay there. It was so calm and peaceful.
Diba?
Arendelle! Over there.
Yun ba yung castle?
After that, we went to Arendelle, which is the place I looked forward to most in Disney. It was smaller than what I thought it would be, but there were a lot of people. It was packed. The sheer volume of people there just kind of made you want to sit down and not do anything. So that's exactly what we did. We also saw Anna and Elsa, which was so random, not on my bucket list at all. I was in the middle of eating ice cream, literally crumbs by my mouth, when all of a sudden, Anna comes out. I was shocked. From then on, we kind of just wandered aimlessly around, no idea where we were going. But eventually, we stumbled upon Mystic Manor, and I was like, yes, I want to go. This was my favorite attraction we went to. I just loved the whole vibe. I loved the decor. There were so many knickknacks around. I was low-key in heaven, and I kind of wanted to steal everything there. That is off the record, but anyway, the ride was cool, and that was the last thing we went on. We left early because we were kind of dead at that point. I don't know how people can spend an entire day there. This day was forecasted to be the coldest of the trip, so here I am with my little gray vest plus a jacket. Peek the cute little keychain I got from Disney. We were bound for Ngong, which is a village you can reach by either bus or cable car. We took the ladder, and if you know me, I have a slight fear of heights. Stepping on that car was kind of terrifying, but I did better than expected, fortunately. Ngong was absolutely beautiful, seriously. I cannot even begin to describe how it feels to be there. The sun was shining, the architecture was gorgeous, and it was just so peaceful. I was having a grand time. I honestly didn't want to leave. Unfortunately, I did not climb the stairs to get up to Buddha because I am an old lady with really bad knees. I probably would have collapsed. I have also recently been reverted back to matcha after being a cold brew girly for the most of 2023, and this was my first time trying the matcha latte in Hong Kong. It was different, to say the least, but I still slurped it down to the dregs.
I also ate many a kebab wrap on this trip. It was great, so yummy, and for some reason I don't look happy in this clip, but trust, I was loving it. I still crave it now, which is quite tragic because I have no idea where to get an authentic one. Ngong is also a really great place to shop for souvenirs, more so than Disney, I would argue, so I went back to the hotel with numerous goodies. Jurassic Park vibration. Does this view not remind you of Jurassic Park when they're flying over Isla Sorna? Anyway, here is my Ngong haul. I bought 3 things, these bookends, and these 2 blind boxes. Starting with the bookends, which I simply had to have. They are absolutely darling, divine, and so me.
Yay! Yes. This one. I like chicken.
The shops had a ton of these blind boxes, but this series stood out to me the most.
Ito na. Oh, it's dog. Okay lang. Gusto ko yung duck eh. Gusto ko yung chicken. Trash can! Trash can!
The remainder of the afternoon was spent laying in bed, munching on red bean daifuku, and watching Singles Inferno. Wouldn't have had that afternoon any other way. Later, down I went to the plaza. We hung out there and eventually had dinner at this Viet restaurant. Smashing food, absolutely scrumptious.
Hindi ko ilabas na yung mga sasakit.
Ayun, ganun ginawa ko. Nilabas ko na yung pamalit ngayon. Tsaka yung sasoli.
The next day, our flight was bound to leave at around 7:20 in the evening, so we still had some time to explore. We decided to just stay within the bay, and then we took a bus to the North Plaza, which is the main one. From there, you get direct access to the beach, and if only my jeans weren't so long, I would have totally walked along the shore. The situation just called for it.
Nagkaka-deja vu ako. Di ba may Pop Tropica map?
Bookstore found. I also found a bookstore which had so many good books. I regret not buying more than one book, but at this point, I was broke. I barely had any money left. It was devastating. And this is the place where we bought a wrap every single day without fail. Smashing, delicious. The chicken wrap especially.
So, grabe yung naiiwan sa dila talaga.
And speaking of wraps, here is where the video ends. Thank you for watching. I loved Hong Kong. You were beautiful. And happy 2024. Bye bye.